Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode, after patrolling our marker, we met with Chief Tota and Mr. Hayworth to take on stranger danger, as the future Chief Derek had been taken in by an affluent-looking man, and we were tasked with finding out what was going on. This led to us asking at the source as we met with Minif to discuss his plans for our marker, reporting back to complete our request with more seemingly to come. We now resume our patrol from Station Street. I'm not entirely sure how we'd benefit from becoming an independent state. If anything, I just hope we don't end up making enemies out the Empire and Republic. I'd have half a mind to hurl myself off a cliff if our independence caused the Transcontinental Railroad to shut down. By the way, I literally just went taking the corner and was like, let's go to... Yeah, I was going to go... Yeah, we're going to Ursula, we'll check out the food place. Oh, but there's another food place. In Admin District. It's the juice stall. I forgot about that entirely. I pray to Arios that we don't end up making enemies out of the Empire and Republic. I've half a mind to hurl myself off a cliff if our independence caused the Transcontinental Railroad to shut down. Saying twice. We received a notice saying to tread carefully on the highways due to some strange monsters cropping up in the area. Delivery men like myself have to drive on the highway pretty often, so I guess I'm going to have to keep an eye out. I'm 100% certain we can't go... Station's just open now, is it? I finally made it to Crossbell. Now I have to get settled in after that. It's time to sightsee until I drop. Some hayaway guys going on here. Aren't you, Raymond? Wait a second. Did I go to the wrong station again? Oh my god, I did it again. Okay, we'll come here, lad. What? How did I do that twice? Stay independence, huh? Never thought I'd see the day it actually got traction. Personally, I'm all for it. Truth be told, I don't even get what this whole independence thing is all about. I'll have to look into it before the referendum. I went to the CPD twice taking that as the police station. I read station, I go there. I did that twice. I made the same error again despite obviously going, oh, yeah, I made a mistake. What the hell? That independence proposal Crossbell's mayor put forward has shifted a lot of pressure onto the two major powers. I never guessed the trade conference would end so dramatically. I know I'm just a tourist, but is it wrong to think the mayor was being too hasty? Okay, we can't go to Crossbell Airport. I honestly thought that he was going to be in the last room in the police station. You can see I was heading there. God damn it. I really need to make sure to clarify what station is meant every time. It seems to be like a brain-based blind spot. I don't know. Can't believe I've done this twice. Right, St. Ursula, with stuff going on here. The operation has not taken after all. Oh, I can't blow you up. Can't even take that because you're too near to it. Hey, green herb times 5. Alright, let's check out Disher guy. Do I have what it takes yet? Come on, boys, show me that fishing notebook of yours, Mr. Ocean's Edge. Oh. Ah, well done, my boy. You met my conditions just fine. Alright, no time to waste. Let's have ourselves an angler's duel. Like I said before, the terms for this duel will be sudden death. Here's how it works. We take turns casting our rods, and the first who fails to reel in a catch will be the loser. Okay. That's the spirit. Let's get this thing started. I'll probably fail because I'll use the wrong bait to begin with. I'll start us off then. There. Fisherman duel. My head's been cut off. Get a load of this, a piranha. Let's do this indeed. I think I'm supposed to use not this rod, to be honest. But this is the most of anything I've got. I think I'm supposed to use, like, flies and row here. Yeah. I could tame the Ocean's Edge just as long as I even knew. I totally knew I was using the wrong thing. I have no clue what bait is needed for here now. I'm sure I've caught some fish here in the past. Like, not on this spot, obviously. I've even caught a piranha before, which is snow crab. Oh my god, you need snow crabs! Beautiful. So I can't do this place until I've gone farm myself a load of snow crabs. Well, that was a waste of time. Boo. Big boo. Waste of time. St. Ursula Suite then. Hello and welcome to St. Ursula Medical College. If you're hoping to see Dr. Salen, I just saw her head into the courtyard a bit ago. She's spending more and more time there these days. A lot has been on her mind, I'm sure. Yes, because she considers it somewhat of a weird failure. Everyone believed the surgery would be a success with Dr. Salen at the helm, but maybe current medical technology just isn't enough to restore Shizuku's vision. It's not a happy thought, but maybe current medical technology isn't enough? Let me guess, the mayor's proposal has been the talk of the town, right? Independence. Now there's a dream every Crossbellan has had for who knows how long. Personally, I'm all in favour of it. I'll have to remember to vote in the upcoming referendum. Dr. Salem. Oh, hello. My apologies, but I need some time alone to think. The results of Shizuku's operation must be hitting her especially hard. Yeah, she was the surgeon in charge of the procedure after all. Dr. Salem looks like she's deep in thought. We should leave her be right now. Obviously, I can fish up some crabs now, but it would be better if I did it between sessions and had a load of crabs to throw in the water, right? Considering it's a sudden death tournament. So I'll leave that fishing jewel for later. I've noticed that Lytton is always off helping out with surgeries or making rounds around the hospital. He's on a completely different level than a freshman like me. Lytton has been working at 100 selg an hour ever since what happened to his last supervisor. It's driving him half to death. You need to remember to be patient. The only way to improve is to study, study, and study some more. Flora has a point. I'm not going to get anywhere by being impatient. But I'm not ready to agree with her about reading anatomy books while eating. Lytton has been working 100 cell per hour ever since what happened to his last supervisor. I won't let him outdo when it comes to hitting the books. But his progress makes sense after all the hands-on experience he's been getting. Hey there, and welcome to L'Electier. Can I help you to a meal? Sort of. We're from the CBD Special Support Section. We're here about a request we received. The SSX explain their mission to gather gourmet recommendations. All right, the gourmet guide. Someone from the CNS did get in touch with me about that. There's just one problem. What do you mean? The dish I'm offering needs a lot of time to cook properly, and unfortunately I just plumb ran out. So sorry, but I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until I've whipped up another round. That's a bad break for us, but if there's no dish, there's no dish. Pardon me, how much time will it take before a new batch is ready? Let's see, I just started on a new one last night, so... It should be done in about 48 hours from now. Come see me the day after next and I'll hook you up. It simmers for 3 whole days. Those must be some rich flavors you're drawing out. I look forward to tasting the final product. Oh, you're gonna love it. Just don't forget to drop by again once it's done. So it is like the many famous views of Crossbell. There's something you just have to wait for. My recommended dish is going to take some time to fully simmer. It should be ready in about 2 days. Be sure not to forget about me because it's going to knock your socks off. Well, it's nice to know. And it's also nice to be straight out told. This time round, you know what I mean? But basically it being the same quest setup and everything, just with a different objective, gave us the inkling. Arios McLean was on pins and needles the entire time Shizuku was in the OR. Worried absolutely sick, no doubt. Everyone in Crossbell knows and worships him as a hero, the Divine Blade of Wind, but in the end he's still only a human. Seeing him in that state, it dawned on me that he was just like any other loving father worried for his daughter. It's interesting really with the quests that have been going on, because we build ourselves up a repertoire of expected things for Trail's quests to do. Do you know what I mean? And then we build our assumptions based off of that. At this point, we've seen so many Trails quests. Or spent so many hours in the universe. We're starting to quite build up the, these are things that happens in the series. Do you know what I mean? This is things we should look out for. Ava was tearing up bad the day Michelle. I'll try again. Ava was tearing up bad the day Michael was discharged from the hospital, so I lent her my big hanky. I thought it worked at first because she stopped crying, but then I realized she was giving me a really nasty stare. I mean, what kind of thanks is that? And she didn't even give it back afterward. I wonder why Mayfa stole my hanky like that. I mean, how inconsiderate, right? I was the one who found it in the dorms. It's the best hanky I've ever had, too. It's so pretty and soft to the touch. Oh, God. You found it? Good job. You essentially kind of stole it. I just hope there won't be a quiz about stations. Sam will get minus points. Oi. I'm told that the SSS has taken on the cryptid investigation. My apologies. Such matters are typically under Bracer jurisdiction. But with me being away from the guild right now... Knock it off. You don't need to worry about that. It's still a joint investigation. Not like my kids are biting off more than they can chew. Trust them to take care of things for today, at least. So you say. Come on, you know as well as anyone how much they've grown this year. Besides, you should be enjoying this time together while you have it. You don't get to do this nearly enough. If you ask me, a dad's place at times like these is right beside his daughter. I'm in your debt, Sergey. Thank you, Chief. It's very kind of you. Pardon us. Just smoking next to your door is fine. The SSS. What are you guys doing here? I told him I'd be coming alone, since all of you are supposed to be busy today. Alone. Sorry about that, Chief. We wanted to check in on Shizuku ourselves. Thank you for visiting SSS. Oh, Shizuku, I've never seen you with your eyes open like that. Does that mean your sight is back? No, not exactly. Dr. Salem did everything that she could as the operating surgeon. On paper, the procedure was a success, but her vision has not fully recovered. She's partially sighted now, though? All that has returned thus far is her ability to perceive light around her. That's so. I am sorry to hear that. Don't worry about me, everyone. I'm okay. But since you're all here, would it be alright for us to take a walk to the roof together, Father? That'd be nice. I was just starting to think it's a little crowded in here. We could all use some fresh air. But Shizuku just had surgery. Shouldn't she be taking it easy? A doctor said her condition is stable, so long as she isn't exposed to strong light for an extended period of time. Seeing as today is a little overcast, there shouldn't be any issue with taking her outside. I'll inform the staff. Would you all help Shizuku out of bed and make sure she's ready to go? So the Divine Blade of Wind has a soft spot for his darling little girl. Add him to the list, I suppose. He's always like that. Father is a kind man once you get to know him. Yeah, now we can go for a little jog, skip and walk with the guy. We're up for it. I'm excited already. Watch your step, Shizuku. I will, Father. The breeze is so nice and the sunlight is so warm. I almost forgot how bright it could get. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Shizuku. Now that I think about it, Arios did mention something about you being able to perceive light again. I'm still not able to make out any details, but yes, that's right. I can sense how bright it is now. Almost like there's a white haze all around me. A white haze? I think I can imagine it. Your eyes know there's light there, but it's not the same as having vision. Oh, you don't have to be sad for my sake, everyone. I'm very happy with how well the surgery went. You are? Well, at first I was upset that I didn't get all my eyesight back, of course. At that point, I started giving up hope that I was ever going to get better. Shizuku. But after thinking about it, I realized this was the first treatment I've ever had that's made this much progress. That means my eyes can still get better, even if it takes a long time. It gave me a reason to believe again. Plus, I don't want to let down Father, Kia, and everyone at the hospital who's been supporting me. So I'm not going to give up. I want to continue my treatment. Shizuku, you're amazing. Not everyone has that kind of strength. Well, I don't know if I call it strong. I still need everyone's help. Without Father here to pay my hospital bills for me, I don't know what I'd do. As long as you haven't given up, I'll support you for as long as it takes. But don't worry about that, Shizuku. Just focus on getting better for us. That's exactly what your mother would want too.
You're right, Father. Thank you. I know Mother is with the goddess, watching over us, so I'll keep doing my best to make a recovery. For you and her both.
Kid's got some fire in her belly, eh, Arios? No question who her daddy is. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? I'd say she gets it from her mother, if anything. It's almost time for us to return to your room, Shizuku. Doctor's orders.
Oh, yes, of course.
We'll walk you back inside. Afterward, Lloyd and the others enjoyed a few moments of light conversation in Shizuku's hospital room. Alright, I should be getting back to work. You two enjoy your father-daughter time, Arios. Much appreciated, Sergey. We'll see you tonight, Chief. Will do. I'll be expecting to hear all about your cryptid investigation. The divine dad of wind here taking some time off. This is your chance to close the gap.
The divine what?
Hey, later, guys.
Thank you for coming, Chief.
I can't believe he said that with the man himself still in the room. Who else do we know who could get away with that? Well, he is my former superior. I can afford him a little bit of leeway. Nevertheless, he was correct. I hope you have no objections to investigating the cryptids for today. I plan to be back to work first thing tomorrow. Till then, lend your aid to Scott, Wenzel, Aeolia, and Lynn.
We will do what we can. Thank you for covering for Father, everyone. I hope your work goes well. And I'm glad you visited too. It was fun talking with you all. Pleasure was all ours, Shizuku.
We'll come see you again soon. Take care. I'll leave the investigation of the cryptids to you and yours. I plan to be back to work first thing tomorrow. Till then, lend your aid to Scott, Wenzel, Aeolia, and Lynn.
Oh, I just remembered. Kia also came to visit me yesterday, but I think hearing about my surgery only made her sad.
Now that you mention it, there did seem to be something on her mind this morning. Don't worry about it too much, Shizuku. Just stay positive, and I'm sure Kia will cheer up eventually.
I hope so. I hope Kia cheers up soon.
Worrying about someone else. Well, I mean, progress. And considering it's just after the operation, more or less, not too long after, that might develop or change. There might be a healing process taking place.
Watching Michael frantically wave his hand goodbye as he left the hospital had me in tears. Sirone silently offered me a handkerchief when she noticed. It was surprisingly considerate. Also, I thought, upon closer inspection, I realized she had actually handed me my favorite scarf that I thought I'd lost. Had I not been an emotional wreck, I would have laid into Sirone right then and there. While ignoring Sirone's stupidity, that was still a wonderful day. I really am so glad for Michael. By now, he should be back to living happily with his parents in Le Mans State. It was a scarf, it wasn't even just a stolen handkerchief.
Shizuku's condition is a complex case that straddles the line between three disciplines: surgery, internal medicine, and neurology. Some may think recovering her vision to be impossible, but so long as it isn't totally impaired, I believe she still has a chance. Though in that sense, chasing after such a faint hope may ultimately be more painful than giving up altogether. Nevertheless, if the McLeans have the courage to continue fighting, then so do I. Sure thing, Chief.
Dr. Beldine's exams are so thorough and considerate. It's a great comfort being in the hands of St. Ursula's capable staff. I'm too young to be stuck in a hospital like this, not to mention too pretty. And it's for throwing out my back of all things. I feel like an old biddy.
Unfortunately, throwing out your back can happen to anyone. And it's horrible.
I was standing around all down in the dumps over Shizuku's surgery when out of nowhere Martha gave me a whap on the butt. Scared me half to death. Did she have to do it so hard? I can still feel the sting of her hand. I have to admit though, it's like she slapped all the doom and gloom right out of me. I'm feeling a lot more ready to seize the day now. That slap on the butt sure did perk me up. Martha must have the magic touch. No wonder they made a nurse administrator. But maybe she should tone it down a little. I can still feel the sting of her hand on me. Spirits are low among the staff and faculty right now. It's understandable after how invested the entire hospital was in Shizuku's recent surgery. However, that's no excuse for these sullen expressions we're wearing. There are other patients who need us. Times like these are precisely when we need to give them hope. That's what I always say. What we need is to get ourselves out of this rut. Even if it's only a facade, there's still merit to putting on a smile. Come on now, you give it a try too. Morale at the hospital has been at an all-time low since Shizuku's operation. Still, that's just all the more reason we nurses have to keep a smile on our faces. You're right, having Ki in our lives has taught us just how powerful a good smile can be. I'm sure you can provide the same pick-me-up for the patients, Cecile. Yes, if anyone can melt their worries away, it's you. That's kind of you to say. The hospital may be down on morale, but Shizuku's still holding out hope. We owe it to her to do the same. The power of a warm smile is always greatest when times are at their lowest. It's a nurse's duty to relieve their patients' anxieties, after all.
The solution was there all along. We need to slap each other's asses to increase work productivity. Let's get to it, guys. Who's first in the queue?
I'm only in for a simple operation. It shouldn't be long before I'm in fine fettle again. Still, being away from home has me worried about how the rest of my family is doing. I hope my husband is taking good care of the kids, or at least making sure they get their 3 squares a day.
We need to make it a machine that does it, because otherwise you can get complications, right?
Being away from home has me worried about how the result my family is doing.
Yep, you're saying the same thing. 3 squares. You have nothing but free time on your hands when you're stuck in a hospital gown. Perhaps I'll marathon all those books I brought along with me.
Oh, are you well prepared? I don't think the results of Shizuku's surgery were all bad. There's some glimmers of hope to be found there. The fact that her eyesight recovered even a little bit is a step in the right direction. We're getting closer, I just know it. Now isn't the time for St. Ursula to falter? Indeed, it was, really good. Still, I'm sure the patient herself has her own reservations, though I suppose it's only to be expected. The patient seems to be willing to go for it. I know there's a long wait for first-time visits. This is probably going to take a while. Nothing like being in a hospital waiting room all day.
At my last checkup, I was told to cut back on my sweets intake. They said my body would pay for it if I didn't, so here I am trying to change up my lifestyle. They're just so good. Even now, I'll gravitate to the sugary stuff before I realize it. I need to be more careful. Whenever I see a sweet treat, I just can't stop from gobbling it all down. This is my health, my body. I need to take better care of myself. That you do.
Shizuku has gone through several surgeries in our attempts to restore her vision, but none have been successful, even though we have the finest doctors on the continent. I can only imagine the anguish she and Mr. McLean are going through.
Shizuku's most recent surgery relied on a groundbreaking new procedure developed by Dr. Sayland. Interest for this new method among the medical community is high. I say we've regained some of the respect we lost since last spring's incident. That being said, now is no time for celebration. The operation was hardly a success after all.
This is bad. I can feel a pall of gloom setting in over the staff. We had high hopes that Shizuku's surgery would succeed. Moping about it won't solve anything, but it's hard not to be discouraged. Discouraged as our staff may be, we can't just let things go on like this. For the sake of all our patients, we're going to have to somehow shake this pall of gloom. I saw a couple of doctors having an argument in front of the exam room. Come to think of it, a lot of the staff here seem on edge. Did something happen? I commute to this hospital quite a bit. The doctors here are surgical experts. That fact alone is enough to give me peace of mind.
Is it these doctors? Dr. Sayland's surgical technique is flawless on paper, nothing short of revolutionary in the field of healthcare. So what went wrong? Could the operation have failed due to your incompetence? You pompous son of a... If anyone's at fault, it's you. You were the least experienced person there. What did you just say? You want a piece of me? I'll let you off easy. This time. Likewise. I really need to keep a cool head. Senior staff assisted Dr. Sayland with the surgery, so we're all feeling the same frustration she is. Will our failure cause that poor little girl to spiral into despair? That's my only concern. Well, this is some good news. Your condition has improved greatly since the time you were first admitted here, Mr. Quinn. Are you sure?
Yes, though we still need to keep tabs on your progress from here on out. Still, at least you won't have to be hospitalized again. Isn't that great, Grandpa? You're healthy now, and you won't have to stay in the hospital again either.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I'm so happy for you, Grandpa. I knew your medicine was working. All I had to do was make you take it.
You never know what they could tell you, so I've been reluctant to get checked up. Who'd have thought it'd end up like this? It's all thanks to Amisa. Saving your life. This reminds me of a time I heard of a patient who was cured after discovering a passion for theatre. Finding what makes you happy can be the best medicine. Glad Quinn found that in spending time with Amisa. Is Litten becoming best doctor?
Shizuku's operation had the most advanced medical devices and cutting-edge surgical techniques on the continent. Yet, it still failed. It's so damn frustrating. I don't want it to end like this. Shizuku put all her faith in us. We can't just give up now. I devoted my life to researching medical devices and instruments, all in the hopes of healing people. Shizuku put her faith in us. I know the surgery wasn't a success, but I think the doctors did everything that they could. Don't get me wrong, it's a shame that Shizuku's vision hasn't been restored, and I'm not saying it's a lost cause, but if you ask me, the doctors shouldn't blame themselves over it. There's no sense in letting it bring them down.
I think weirdly the main takeaway from the Shizuku stuff is that Arios is of course having to foot all the bill, and for this kind of stuff it must be incredibly expensive. Didn't know braces paid that much. Didn't feel that way when we were braces, do you know what I mean? Maybe you get a considerable pay bump when you're on a rank. Maybe you know someone influential. Supplementing. But still, that is St. Ursula. We can't get the gourmet thing because we have to wait a couple of days for that. So, we'll be there in the future. So that leaves Station Street and the quest. We'll go to the SS Garage, Admin District, and Orcus Tower. We can put Randy's jukebox in. Not too shabby. A new decoration was added to Randy's room. Is that done? Yep. While at the SSS building, Lloyd and the others decided to take a break from their duties. After a cursory check-in with CPT headquarters, they each retired to their respective rooms to rest. Hey Randy, can I come in? Yeah, go for it. What's up? Time to roll out. In a bit, HQ didn't need anything else in particular from us today. Don't tell me you've been drinking in here. Be honest with me, Randy. Nah, I wouldn't dare. Now what are we waiting for? Let's head on out. Unbelievable. Still, even though I give him a hard time, I know Randy's responsible when it comes to this sort of thing. He'll probably be fine. Oh, by the way, I feel like you've got a bunch more stuff in your room now. Is that a surfboard up there? Yep, people usually get a lot more use out of them over by the coast, though. You can catch some waves on Lake Elm, though, so it's not a total waste. Turns out lake surfing ain't too bad. Oh, I didn't know you were into that sort of thing, Randy. And this thing here, what are these called again? I think I saw one in a magazine once. That, my friend, is a jukebox. Plop in a 10 mirror coin and it'll play whatever music suits your fancy. You're more likely to find one in some back alley dive than an upscale bar, though. This is pretty nice. It always makes me feel nostalgic in a way. Yeah, I haven't really seen him anywhere near around Crossbell, though. They're pretty popular out in the sticks, where there's not much to pass the time with. I see. Did they have jukeboxes at the bars you used to visit? They sure did. Feel like I should be climbing a tower. Randy? It's nothing. So anyway, are we heading out or what? Mademoiselle and the others are probably waiting for us. Yeah, let's go. Completed Randy's decoration collection. What was it, Tower of Shadow of Death again? Oh, you just click on it to play it? Yeah. Ah, this music goes into your ear nice and easy, doesn't it? Oh, why can't it keep the whole place going? God damn it, we need to turn it up. Crank up the volume. Anyway, where to next? And this is where we'll stay until the end of the session. Damn right. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum. It's interesting in that version of the song, though, if you know what I mean. Instead of like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Yes, I know my East. And for those that don't know, we have all the East series released on the West on the channel, so go check that out on the YouTube in playlist 4. There we go. And of course, we'll be doing East 10 Nordics when that comes out too, right? Oh yeah. Anyway, it makes you want to bump into enemies off center. Exactly. You get it. Thank you for choosing Crossbell Station. The next train to Calvert will be departing momentarily, followed shortly by the next train to Erebonia. We advise that you purchase a ticket at your earliest convenience, should you find yourselves in a hurry. Don't forget to buy a boxed lunch for your trip, the Harris Station specialty. We also stock the latest issue of the Crossbell Times at all times for your reading pleasure. It's the 2 times in a row that got me. In terms of gifts, we're only looking for one for Tio now, right? As we anticipated, they plan to escape by train. Oh, how futile, thinking they could escape our clutches. That officer is insatiable. He's been searching every nook and cranny like his life depended on it. Is he chasing after someone? I don't think I saw any particular suspicious people or characters enter the station. You mean, Mr. Raymond over here? What's with that blonde fellow over there? He's been behaving suspiciously for a while now. What, he's a police officer? He doesn't look all that dependable to me. That's the kind of man we're trusting to keep us safe. Damn, she profiled him correctly. The schedule says the train is just about to depart. I guess I'll have to kill some time shopping until the next one gets here. This older woman just purchased a ticket to Erebonia. She seemed like the friendly sort as far as I could tell. Apparently she's been in her line of work for many, many years. It's too bad I couldn't ask her more about it. Still, I wish her the best of luck all the same. Yes, which woman? Oh, I'm sorry, could you give me just a moment, please? Train services bound for the Republic of Calvert and the Empire of Erebonia will be departing shortly. In the interest of safety, please make your way to the platform and embark in a timely manner. Passengers are reminded that rushing to board the train can be very dangerous and result in serious accidents or injuries. If you believe you are at risk of missing your train, please remain calm and wait for the next service to depart. And that leaves just you and the quest itself, doesn't it, sir?